What's going on, guys? It's Markiplier here with a new Let's Play. I'm not Markiplier. I'm Trey. This is Kota. And this isn't video games. This is the Screaming Drunks podcast. On today's episode, we find out how many dogs it takes to paint a house. Today, I am drinking pumpkin liqueur, because that was in my fridge, and it's been there for a minute, and I need to finish it off. So, that's what we got. What you got over there, Kota?
I got 2 drinks, because I'm an alcoholic.
Fair enough.
They don't call me the drunk possum for nothing. 2 things. So I have Bob Dylan or Bob... Hold on. I gotta look it up real quick. The guy who sings Heaven's Door. That's not GNR. Heaven...
I do not know.
The knock, knock, knocking on heaven.
Yeah, I've heard the song. I don't know who sings it, though.
Bob Dylan. Dalen. Anyway, I have his whiskey. And, I got 3 small bottles. There's, Tennessee bourbon, a double cask bourbon, and a straight rye whiskey.
Nice.
Now, I think the double cask tastes like absolute ass. Because I'm not a bourbon fan. It essentially just tastes like oak, a shit ton of spice, and just a burning alcohol feel. Tennessee bourbon is what I have. It smells like oak. It smells like pepper. And it smells like Everclear.
I don't know if that's a good thing.
It's 45% alcohol by volume, and this is a 20 milliliter bottle, so it's 90 proof. A little quick taste test. Man, that is not pleasant. It's like drinking spicy dirt, but like
spicy dirt.
Yeah. Okay.
Fair. No, that's fair enough. I drink IPA, so I know what dirt tastes like.
Alright, I needed some water. The second one is Heaven's Door Straight Rye. Instead of, what was this? 45, this is 46 proof. Slightly higher. Let's get smell note.
Oh, I heard that pop. That pop came through.
So it's a nice rye smell, which is what you should get. And then some of that, like, dirt fucking pepper smell from, like, the normal batch. And more Everclear. Let's take a swig.
Even worse?
It's rye. And then it goes into a sour taste. Like, a sour... Maybe it's because I had too much?
Maybe?
Oh, dude, my tongue is, like, wanting to... So sometimes when I find something really gross, my tongue will start, like, salivating, and then I start choking on my own saliva.
Alright, that one sounds even worse than the other one you just did, so...
I probably also drank some dust, because these things are from, like, when I was 21.
Oh my god. Dude, no, what do you mean? They've been aging.
They don't age in the bottle no more. In the barrel. But yeah,
sounds
anyway.
fake.
Trust me, my science is perfect.
Yeah.
So anyway, I have a joke that I was gonna say for the podcast.
He's been hyping up this joke, and he won't tell me until we were recording. So I'm excited to hear this. If I don't laugh, I'm just gonna fucking like off him.
Okay, so dick pills. We all know, we all seen it when we type in donkey show in Pornhub, right?
Oh, all been there.
So do they actually work? Now, my science is go out and buy it and try it. But I don't want to do that to my poor body. So I come up with my own solution. And so to make my family jewels bigger, you start out with really small rocks, and you shove it down there. And eventually, up to bigger rocks.
Ah!
And then it gets bigger and bigger.
Oh, dude, no!
And then it can be ribbed for her pleasure. It's bumpy. It has ridges.
Oh!
But my scientist showed me something cooler.
Oh, really?
Get some fucking magical crystals. Infinite fertility or fertility. You can last for hours. Shit, it doesn't even go up anymore. It's just stiff now because it's full of rocks and crystals.
Oh my god, dude. Wait, but how is the cum supposed to come out? Does it shoot out all the rocks? You just have to replace them?
That's the great part. So if we want to look at like some duck anatomy real quick, ducks naturally have a corkscrew penis.
That's true.
And
That's
that
facts.
has barbs and terrible fucking things on it. And ducks are very aggressive when mating. So aggressive that the
I can attest to that.
female ducks have evolved to have fake vagina canals that dead end so they can't be impregnated. Well, here's the thing. Alright, your cock is now like that. And now if we go look at some like feline animals, their cocks are barbed because a female needs to bleed for the ovulation for some fucking reason. So, what I have created is a claymore inside my cock, and I will blast that shit into her cervix.
A fucking claymore.
The rest is history. I think we all know how copulation, it's all the same.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's did I get a laugh from you?
Hey, you gotta laugh and some scared. I'm scared. I laugh, but I'm also scared. Alright. There's something I want to talk about real quick. I don't know if you've seen this, as it's important to us, gamers and gay people. Yeah, exactly. Discord's gonna start having ads.
I saw that.
I could have had an article that says, like, where. But, like, I imagine it's just going to be, like, little banners or something, you know, in random places. But you know what I thought would be the funniest way to do it? Imagine we're talking, right, having a good old time, talking about that time we played Russian roulette and our friend lost and we miss him so much. Anyway, but, like, we're having a deep conversation and then we both lose the ability to hear each other and then all of a sudden it's just, Whopper, BK, Whopper.
Oh, so
my
I think
God.
I know how. I'm going to bet money on it because I'm so confident how they're going to do it. So when I go on my mobile phone, right, and I peruse a Discord server, I will get a notification, right, of a different server. But recently, mobile has been throwing up the post from other Discords while I'm reading in a different Discord server. So I think that's how the ads are going to happen, is that they're just going to pop a whole ad in front of your screen, and then you have to swipe away.
My dog is trying to drink my drink!
Oh, God.
Sorry.
But anyway,
yeah, I could definitely see that.
I think it's going to be gross. It's dumb.
I could definitely see, like, maybe another voice chat rising in its place. I remember for so long Discord's like, we're not gonna have ads, that's how we're gonna do things, and now they have ads. And like, there's been like, that's the thing, right? Discord's not safe. Like, everyone uses Discord right now, yes, but like, remember when everyone used fucking Skype? Remember when everyone used, I think it was like Curse Voice / TeamSpeak? Everyone used those.
I never used it.
I did.
Yeah, I feel like, fuck, when I was young, it was Facebook, Messenger, Google Plus, I think it was, whoever the Google
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. Shout out to Google Plus. Only real motherfuckers remember that.
Then I used Kicked, then I went to Telegram, and now I just mostly stay. I did use Reddit a lot until I got fed up.
Well, I'm more talking about like a voice chat thing, like Skype. Like there was Skype, you had TeamSpeak / Curse Voice, then Discord pretty much killed them. Like Discord's not safe. That's what I believe, at least. Is that it's not like they think they're like Apple or Samsung, right? Where it's like no phone company will ever basically beat them. Like it's just kind of solidified. This is a fucking voice chat thing. Someone else can beat you.
Yeah, I also feel that they're probably going to get really bad ads. Like, have you seen how terrible YouTube has been with their ads?
Like, because
the full-on scams?
Yes. Dude, it'll be like the scams have like a fake person trying to be like Mr. Beast. Like, I'm like, how are they not like getting like sued for Mr. Beast? They're using his likeness. I mean, they probably are. Maybe they are. I'm not the biggest Mr. Beast fan, but like, I know they are purposely like they're using him because he gets kids. Like, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, because I don't have ads on my computer because I have an ad block on my computer. But when I watch YouTube on my phone or on my TV, I don't have an ad block on there. And, dude, the amount of ads is fucking insane. I was watching a 23 minute video the other day, and I started to count how many ads. Yes, some of them are skippable, but I was trying to lay down and go to sleep. But when there's an ad blaring, and the ads, yes, you can skip them after 5 seconds for some of them, but the ads are like 3 minutes long if you don't skip it. And when I'm trying to sleep, I'm like, I'm not going to sit here and listen to 3 minutes of an ad. I'm going to reach up, grab my remote, and skip it. But there's like 5 ads in like a 22-minute video, and not all of them were skippable.
Yeah, because I know a lot of the ads that I absolutely hated on YouTube for a long time was, "Hi, I'm Jennifer Aniston," and it's all AI goop.
Yeah. Don't get me started on that shit.
I have a fucking $100 MacBook giveaway, and I was like, oh, that's an absolute scam. And then they start doing stories about like, oh, this poor man from Pakistan learned how to make a completely small nuclear generator that powers in a 12-volt outlet to save his family from a snowstorm. Now he's selling it to you for only $15.
I gotta take a picture of my dog. I'm gonna probably put it on the podcast so everyone can see, but he just looks so fucking funny right now. Sorry. Anyway.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I know everyone's had the conversation. The ads are getting like, out of hand and ridiculous. They truly are. You know, what do you use to listen to music? Like, what service do you use?
Oh, what do you mean?
I use Spotify to listen to music. Like, what do you use?
I use two. I use Spotify and is it Bandcamp? No, not Bandcamp. Is it Bandcamp? Hold on.
Do you have Spotify Premium? I guess is my question. Okay, so you and I, like, we're safe, luckily, right? Mm-hmm. But I remember back in 2016, I didn't have Spotify Premium, right? And I don't think you may not have either. But I don't know, so if you remember this. But remember Spotify was like, okay, it's like we're going to play a couple ads. Now here's 30 minutes of ad-free music. So at my job, we have a speaker there, right? And everyone kind of connects every now and then to play. And this one dude doesn't have Spotify Premium, so he get ads. Dude, it's like every 2 or maybe 3 songs there's an ad now. They no longer do like 30 minutes of ad-free music. It's gone.
That's gross.
So you basically get 6 minutes, if you're lucky, 10 minutes of ad-free music. That's all you get now with Spotify. No 30-minute type shit. It's ads. It's advertisements. And the worst part is, the reason I was screaming earlier, you said Jennifer Aniston, it made me think of this one ad that keeps coming up on Spotify. Spotify only has like 6 fucking ads. It's this Jennifer Cooley ad. Now, I don't hate Jennifer Cooley, but it's the same fucking ad. Dude, I'm about to commit crimes. I'm about to get arrested if I hear that ad one more goddamn time.
You know what's terrible is that I don't remember the ads on Spotify when I was doing ads. I just remember hearing the birder.
Yeah.
Something Spotify, get 30 minutes of free ads.
Like, it wasn't awful. It was like, okay, for being a free version, okay, I get some ads every now and then, and occasionally they'll give me the free 30 minutes. Like, you can work with that. That's workable. But now this shit, like I said, like I'm telling you, man, it's insane the amount of ads Spotify has now if you are on the free version.
YouTube Shorts. I only use YouTube Shorts to brain rot myself when I'm tired. They now also have like little banners on the bottom of the screen for ads. Dude, it's such a pain in the ass because what it does is that instead of shrinking the screen, right, it just cuts off the bottom of the video and pushes up the title, and so where people put their subtitles gets covered by the video fucking title. So it's like I can't hear what the fuck they're saying because I don't want to put my phone on full blast because half of my one ear's covered by a pillow and the other half is hearing a fan go off because it's hot.
Yeah. You know, my girl, she showed me, cause I post on TikTok, but I don't scroll on TikTok, but she does. Mm-hmm. Dude, it's like every 3 or 4 posts on TikTok, you get an ad. And yes, and now on TikTok you can just scroll over it. But it's the fact every 3 or 4 posts you're getting an advertisement.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is ridiculous. Like, how much money is being put into advertising? Like, obviously it has to be effective, right? Because they wouldn't keep paying that. My camera just went to like 20 FPS. I don't know why. I don't know how to.
Fucking, like, because I know Elon Musk bought Twitter, right? Like, I need to make money back, and I get that, because he spent, like, billions of dollars on a shit site. But what I don't get is the ads and the bots have come back in such a more toxic, like, I didn't care about the bots. I'm now mad because I have essentially 5 mutuals that actually talk to me, and I have 300 bot accounts, and then there's days where it's like, oh hey, I have 14 notifications, let's go see what my friends are talking about. And then it's just 14 notifications of 14 bots liking a post from 8 months ago.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is lame. And it's starting, like, have you heard of the dead internet theory?
I think I've heard the title, but I don't know what it is.
To summarize, there's no one actually on the internet because it's full of, like, bots or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, it's more complicated than that. But essentially, there's no humans online. To me, I don't think we're going to ever achieve 100% of the criteria of dead internet theory, but I feel like we shouldn't be walking closer to it.
Yeah.
Because the amount, like, bots now actually leave comments, like dead brain comments, and it's just like, a bot will say something, 8 bots will fucking like it, and I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? And everyone has pussy in bio, and I'm like, dude, I don't care about your pussy in bio. I just want to talk about guns, computers.
Yeah, I say the only benefit though is now that they've expanded the community notes section on Twitter. At least most of these like fucking ads, especially for those fake fucking mobile games, will get called out. Like, this is not the gameplay. I love community notes.
I don't like the community notes.
I think it's so fucking funny, dude, because like people would just get like fucked.
Going.
People would just get fucked up. And like there was this post from this like no name article like news site that you're just trying to generate clicks, you know, where it's like it's about Shogun actually, where it's like Shogun shows the European like colonization of Japan, and the community note was. Japan's never been colonized, but Japan is known as gruesome colonizers, and it has a bunch of links.
Yeah, no, like, okay, so, like, my issue, like, there's some funny shit, like, one of my favorite ones still to this day is, a person goes, cannons are not lethal, and then the community notes, cannons are lethal, and it's a link to an image of a cannon round going through a chess piece in the Battle of Waterloo. I'm like, okay, that's funny.
Yeah.
But the issue I'm having with a lot of these community notes is that they all feel like, I get that people are saying dumb shit online, and we can all agree, and it's okay to have some fact check. But some of them are getting pretty, like, There is one. I can't find it. I wanted to screenshot it, but it's going to make me upset. But essentially, it was a trans person that wants to wear women's underwear. I'm like, okay, they're trans. They want to feel like a woman, right? The community notes just goes, oh yeah, fucking something does. I think they wanted to wear women's underwear. And they're like, oh yeah, girls don't actually share underwear. This is a fetish primarily for males. And I'm like, but why? Why is this necessary to like?
So you're saying like you think sometimes it'd be a little too personal in the attack?
Yeah, like they're attacking because either way, if they're trying to attack gender or not, it's coming off of a way of claiming that most males are into underwear where it's not needed. You could just say people have an underwear fetish.
Yeah.
And then it feels needless attack on this is just brain rot Twitter, and people are taking it way too serious.
Yeah.
I get the colonization. I get like actual conversations that deal with real life politics. But if a person wants to say they want to wear underwear, I don't want them being attacked by fucking articles.
No, that's fair. That's fair. You know, I as much as brain rot Twitter is, it's still my favorite. It's my favorite social media. I love Twitter. It's generally a good way of also like being like keeping up with certain things because it's just like how like recent a tweet is, but it is brain rot sometimes.
I would say don't ever take actual news from Twitter, but I would say it's really good to find out a situation immediately and then do your own research on that situation. Like, I heard about the people in Gaza trying to feed people and they got hit by bombs. I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. Although my take is a little bit fucking fucked up. Hey, podcast, here's a fucked up take. I like how they're trying to go out of their way, like, oh my god, Israel, them, how dare they? And it's like, dude, have you not been seeing what they've been doing for, like, a whole fucking, like, months? I don't know how long this has been going. They've been bombing civilians, like, shit ton. What makes this different now? Yeah. There's still terrible things happen in war. Whoa! By the way,
my face when war crime happens during a war.
Crazy. I do want to make a statement. I do not support Palestine or Israel, because that is like what millennia's worth generational trauma and issues, and I don't know the situation, and I'm not going to give a take when I'm so ignorant on what the fuck is going on.
I'll be straight up with you. I don't really care for either side. If anything, I wish they both either come to peace or they both die.
I don't want either. I
don't want anyone to die, but like.
Yeah. I just like I don't like politics, even though we're talking about politics. It's me.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, that's you're surrounded by politics, right? And I don't want to hear none of this fucking argument. Oh, it's not political. It's a war. It's like, everything's fucking political. I hate that they were like, oh, it's being made political. Unfortunately, for better or worse, everything is political. Almost. Like, especially war. Like, especially fucking war. Like, dude, that is political to, like, the extreme. Like, let's be real here. Like, this is the war in Gaza and Israel, right? Like 1,000 years ago, or even 400 years ago, that would definitely be like 90% religion based. And while it still sort of is, it's almost mostly political based now. Like that is mostly political based war.
If we want to get the furthest reach, everyone has seen Star Wars, right?
Yeah.
Oh shit, my alarms are going off.
Oh shit.
So anyway, let's go to Star Wars. And let's talk about, like, the first, like, trilogy with, like, the Luke Skywalker, right?
Yeah, the original trilogy, okay.
We essentially have, like, the Empire, right?
Uh-huh.
And whatnot. And then we witness the fall of the Empire because of the Rebels. And then we have the prequels. You know what the fuck the majority of the prequels?
Politics.
All the politics before the Empire there.
And everyone liked it. Everyone liked how, like, even though the movies themselves were, like, a little not that good, like, the world building and the story itself was still good. And the politics people loved. It's like, because that's, most things are started from it. Like the first people to be, like I don't know, because people are always saying, oh, they made this political now. Where it's like some of the best forms of media are political, like that. Game of Thrones is, like, basically got popular because of, like, it's dealing with, like, politics. Like, fantasy politics. I didn't mean to make that connection while wearing a Game of Thrones shirt. I just realized. But it just happened that way. But, like, that's where half the intrigue of the show came, was the politics behind it. Or, like, you and I are watching Shogun right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And most of the interest of that story is coming from the politics behind it.
I also do want to say that, like, there's a good difference between politics in fantasy or in history or in games. They're engaging because A, it's no longer happening.
Yeah.
B, that I would consider it to be romanticized politics, because there is going to be nuance, but it's not going to be like real life nuance where it's like, oh, there's not two sides of the coin. This is a fucking, like, what the fuck is the four-dimensional square? A tesseract. It's
cube?
A fucking fourth dimensional.
It's
cube.
a trapezoid, bro.
No, shut the fuck up. I know my geometry enough. But yeah, it's just real life politics is messy and dirty, and lives get affected when it comes to, like, shows and whatnot. You can be right engaging politics.
Now, you could definitely make the argument that, like, you can't be like, oh, everything's political, and most things are, but you can make the argument, okay, this is good at showing politics, and this is bad at showing politics, right? Have you watched, like, gameplay or seen anything about the new Saints Row game that came out, like, a year and a half ago?
I just heard, like, I looked at a little bit. I heard that it's nothing like previous titles. The gameplay is very stale.
It's nothing like it.
And then, like, the cast of characters are kind of, like, really out there, and the main characters kind of...
Obviously, Saints Row, right, from those first 4 games, obviously they're anti-government in the sense that, they're saints. They're gang, basically.
Yeah.
These guys are, like, a game because they're trying to, like, they literally use the words, like, patriarchy, the amount of times, because I watched gameplay of it, like, I've watched hours of gameplay of it, the amount of times, like, we're going to take down this capitalist society and stuff, it's like, and that's not me, I don't want people taking that out of context, like, oh, I am a fucking stand for capitalism, but, like, you can criticize it, like, it's been criticized multiple times in good ways, but, like, this game literally uses it as a fucking buzzword. Like, you literally have these characters being like, oh, once we do this, these capitalist pigs won't know what's up against them. Like you'd have to watch gameplay. It's you'd almost think it's parody, especially being from Saints Row. Like, in Saints Row 2, it would be parody. In the new Saints Row, it is taken dead serious. Like, it's like that's a difference, right? There's good ways of presenting it, and then there's the cringy, awful ways of presenting it.
Like, I don't want to use the term wokeism because I'm going to sound like a fucking 40-year-old Republican that drinks beer and watches, like, Tucker Carlson.
No, I agree. Yeah? No, I get what you're going at, and that's what the Saints Row is. It's the wokeism.
Yeah, because I see it as, like, I don't care if you want to push left or right or whatever side of the coin politics. Just have more forethought than just, oh, the pink tax is ruining my livelihood.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, well, why don't we, instead of complaining about the pink tax, why don't we break it down and understand why the pink tax is here? How can we defeat it as... I don't want to say society, but, like, how is there ways to go about the pink tax, and then they're just like,
it's not woke to criticize government, but how you word it can seem like it's like a fake type of like it's fake. It feels fake
superficial.
To me, wokeism, I atone that to being fake. Like, I would say Saints Row is woke. Because it's so fake in how it presents it. But something that's not that... kind of pushes the same message. I'm trying to think of something that pushes kind of like the same message about like, hey, capitalism and all that kind of stuff. But it's not woke because it presents it in like a well thought out.
Cruelty Squad.
Yes. Like, like all jokes aside about, you know, what Cruelty Squad looks like and all that kind of stuff, like, it would push nearly the same message about government and capitalism, but it's not cringy. It's not over the fucking, like...
Well, Cruelty Squad is a little bit over the top. But
but not in... Yeah.
But we can all understand, like, Cruelty Squad is making fun of some capitalistic stuff. I haven't played the game, so I don't know everything. But
it's really hard. I played 2 hours of it. It's fucking difficult.
I just know that there's a certain like part in the game where it's like, oh hey, yeah, so you weren't supposed to survive your own hit, so I don't know, I'm taking your house away or some shit, and it's like, oh, that's fucking dystopian as fuck, and you know, businessmen constantly working there. Because I watched the Pyre Cynical video, so I'm an intellectual on this. Wasn't it the businessmen that are like, oh yeah, we're in a business where there's so much hostile takeover that one day I am rolling in the big bucks and tomorrow I'm dead from an assassin. Yeah. And I feel like, hey, that, you know, that is at least some type of take that doesn't feel like we have a quota we need to fill out.
Yeah. There is a line of being able to make fun of it and present a message, because how Saints Row does it is not in a way of trying to make fun of it. It's trying to be dead serious in how they speak. And it's just cringe. It straight up is just cringe. Like,
yeah. Let's try to cut down some of this politics stuff.
Yeah, alright.
Gamer news. We got 2 new gamer news. For people who are enjoyers of Helldivers 2, we have been awarded our veterans for taking over the creek, and we have Cape of the Vengeance.
Yes, dude, I need to put that cape on.
Oh, it looks good with my outfit. I love it. Some big news. On Twitter, I've been seeing some gameplay footage of Stargram. That's an airburst rocket to take out flying bugs. According to the recent patch notes, there's now blizzards, sandstorms.
Yeah, I saw that. I haven't encountered any of those yet. I haven't encountered those like big walkers, the robot. I haven't encountered those either.
I was getting to them. So they have hover drones now. And I don't know Star Wars shit. The AT&T, that's a fucking
AT&T
company.
AT&T, they're like the AT&T walkers, yeah.
The AT-AT.
The AT-AT.
Yeah, they have AT-ATs. Touch Helldivers because other game news. I'm back in trucking on Truck Sim.
Yes, dude.
I spent so yesterday I had the worst migraine because of allergies, because it's stormy here now, and I slept in until like 2:30 p.m. I'm like, fuck, there goes my sleep schedule. And then I had a migraine on top of that, and I just wasted away in my bed, bored out of my mind. Can't watch anything because eyes hurt, ears hurt, head hurt. And so when I finally got around to it, I started trucking. And I mod the shit out of this game. And I have something really cool to share to Trey, but I'll describe it for listeners.
I mean, wait, are you able to, you're on your computer, right?
I'm on my PlayStation.
Never mind, I'll see. You can probably just share your screen because it records in Discord.
Yeah, I unfortunately cannot because I'm on a platform. I'm just that rich. But I'm just going to throw 3 photos real quick.
I will, when I'm editing this, I'll put them on the screen.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm just going to describe in case I...
Yeah, for the listeners.
It's a Peterbilt 389, but with a custom livery skin of Monster, and it's black and green, a lot of running lights, and it has a really dorky, edgy visor that points down so the truck looks angry, and I have a reefer trailer people who don't know, reefers are actually refrigerated trailers, carry cold or frozen goods, and that also has a monster livery. And then I was like, getting like pretty like 2000s. I'm a teen. Oh shit! I didn't want to copy the link. So then, when we get into their third photo, we got the interior shot, which my interior is black and green. My dials on the speedometer, it has a green outline and black faceplate. I have very, very tacky skull and crossbones
Oh no.
steering wheel with a 8-ball on it because it reminds me of Converse shoes, and I'm like, perfect. And there's a sleeping cat on the floor. There is a pizza in the chair. There's a Red Bull, and you're like, oh, that's heresy.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I've always been told don't do your own product selling, okay? Never do your own product. So I'm doing the competition.
Fair enough.
Mainly because to make customizable cans, I will have to download a program, and it's a whole shebang. I didn't give two shits enough.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't either.
I have a Hatsune Miku statue and a pack of Marlboro Reds next to her, living the high life. And then the final photo, the fucking piece of resistance, or whatever the fuck they say.
Something like that, yeah.
As I'm struggling to find the one Discord I sent this. Oh, yes. Okay, so the final thing is that there's an animated feet-kicking, laying on their stomach, Hatsune Miku on the bed.
You say this in general, right?
Yeah, gaming.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so,
I'm looking.
I love that. Now, not my actual wife, but for joking purposes, I love trucking in a Monster Energy drink with my wife in the backseat, kicking her legs with a pride flag pillow behind her.
Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
It is so early
This
2000s,
is
like,
awful.
cringe. Oh, I love it. It's so bad, it's good.
That's
But yeah, that's the
awful, bro.
Yeah, it. By the way, I've been trucking all night.
No, he has. I would like to state that before we did this call, the only reason I even called his ass is because I saw he was online when he should have been asleep, and I saw he was playing American Trucking Simulator.
Dude, okay, so I also have an alcohol mod to ship alcohol. Dude, okay, so my next truck that I'm getting is going to have a Dale Earnhardt on it, and it's going to be carrying Budweiser with the red Budweiser logo. Dude, it's going to be ultra American.
That's so fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, modded truck sim. Like, the sad part, Trey, is in all of this, the people who uploaded these are boomers who like trucking games. And then I like it because I'm doing it as a haha ironic.
Dude, that's the great thing about like our age generation stuff. We do shit because it's ironic. Because like, it's fun. Why is it? Well, it's funny. How is it funny? Because it's ironic.
Yep. And I love it. I absolutely love how bad.
Bro, I didn't bring anything to the show and tell today.
Oh shit, we have a gun corner.
Wait, do you have a gun?
I'm thinking.
Well,
Alright, I got one. Okay,
let's go for it.
I was talking to one of my great friends.
Okay.
And he said, oh shit, we were playing War Thunder, and he goes, oh shit, I need my glasses so you can see. And I called him a nerd. And he goes, you call me a nerd, yeah? You can name any gun from any date I list. I'm like, no, I can't. And he goes, 1873. And I'm like, I don't know anything in 1873, but I do know in 1876, Winchester came out with the Centennial, which was a lever action that a 45-75, not a 45-70. And it was a neat gun. I think it held like 9 rounds. chamber. It was just a normal Winchester lever action with a big round in it. And then that led me. He goes, "Yo, you essentially just told me a gun that was only like 6 years off," and I'm like, "Yeah, but it's the correct one." And then I looked up what Winchester was made in 1873, and apparently it was a rifle, a carbine, and they essentially went from pistol calibers to intermediate cartridges for deer hunting. But yeah,
bro, I think you might be into guns a little bit. That's what I'm taking from this.
nah.
Takes a sip of whiskey. Nah, not even.
Nah, dude, I've been. I guess Gamer News 3. I love race sims, and there's something about driving.
You cut out, and I swear to God, I love racism.
No.
When you listen back to this, dude, you're gonna hear I love racism.
No, I love race sim, as in simulator, not racism.
Bro, it's racism confirmed. Cancelled.
It's all over. It's over now.
Community denounced his ass.
No, they're gonna pull up my fucking butt rape me. Oh, fucking yeah. So I've been it's Japanese Gunzo Pass, Gunsmo circuit is essentially a circuit that used to be on a TV show called Red Japan. It's very famous if you know about it. I have that map in Assetto Corsa. I've been using a Porsche 911 that's from from 72, I think. I might be wrong. It's the old 911 turbos. And that one's like vintage race, so they took all the way out, threw a road cage, tuned up the engine a bit. That shit, dude, it is so sketchy because so how in race mechanics is that you want your car kind of like your back wheels are turning away and your front wheels turning in the corner. So it looks like the car's kind of going on an angle during an apex. I'm probably explaining it a bit bad. But essentially, you want your car at the maximum peak of grip before it spins and loses control. And these things are running on tires from the 70s because tires. And so I'm on this Japanese windy mountain road, and you're really pushing that fucking car, and then all of a sudden, most cars, when you lose grip, you can kind of feel it skirt, and you can catch it. This thing, once you skirt just a little, it's all gone. You are dead. There's no recovery in that thing.
That's so funny.
And so essentially, your strat is instead of trying to catch it, you're just trying to prevent it. And so you're trying to not go so fast, but you also need to be fast to get good lap times. So far, I only got 3:05 or 3 minutes of seconds, which is a long lap time, because I kept losing the fucking and crashing, and this was my first lap clean.
Dude, I'm gonna get a racing sim at some point. I'm not that I'm a huge car guy, but it's just fun. It just looks fun.
All you need is a Assetto Corsa, my man. Because
that sounds like deep level though.
It's honestly, I think it's the best one to start on because there's so much free content. The game has been out for almost 10 years.
What's that one that's really intense? It's BeamNG or something.
Okay, so BeamNG is a crash simulation, but it's starting to get really good. Because the reason why it's so good is because BeamNG, they have these things, I think they're called nodes, and these nodes have depending on how much force is on them, they break and move and twist. So if you have all that physics shit going on, the car is going to have great physics shit going on, and every part in the car moves, even the cylinder, crankshafts, from tie rods to fucking steering link to drive shafts to steering columns, everything moves in a really nice, well modded vehicle or default.
Mm-hmm.
And so they're getting good, but they're not quite there yet. I would say if it ever does go to full release, I think it's going to be the new sim.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so taxing. It's so bad. It's so taxing on computers that there's modders.
Yeah, I've heard of that, yeah.
There's modders coming out with mods to simplify cars to make it where you can race cars. But no, the real rant with us. It's probably out of all the race sims I've played the best one to get into because a lot of race sims either are too niche and they're only one aspect of racing, or they try to cover it all, but then they thin out and everything is depth.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd be down for a full race sim. I think I just want the setup, like the pedals, the steering wheel, maybe a clutch, and then just hop on Forza Horizon, personally.
Forza Horizon is good. I've tested it. The issue is that they actually want you to use it, and that's a little annoying.
To use a controller?
No, they want when you use pedals and steering wheel, they want you to use the clutch when you do manual, and so it's a little hard to get used to because I personally don't clutch that much because I don't actually have a stick shift. I have sequential shifters. And I don't know why my brain doesn't. But
yeah.
Either way, because I know the issue I have is because when I shift with my sequential shifters in many games, I don't have to press the clutch down. And so when it forces me to clutch, it's something new where all the other games I know, if I have a stick shift, I will have to use the clutch.
Yeah.
I think it's because I cheat too much. No, because go back to what I was saying, Assetto Corsa is like 10 years old. What makes it great is I currently have 500 gigabytes worth because there's so much content for it.
Yeah.
It's so in depth now because you can get a content manager where you can change every fucking setting, and then you can get shaders for it, and you can make the game really pretty. I can run 120 frames with my dinky computer. It's probably one of the best out there because of its age.
Yeah.
Now I'm hoping if they do make Assetto Corsa 2, which is happening, I'm gonna let that thing cook.
Let him cook.
Yeah, because if we want to look at Assetto Corsa Competition, one of the things I really like about that game is they added more tire bounciness, meaning that if you hit a fucking curb, the car is gonna launch itself off it, which it's nice. But yeah, I would say Assetto Corsa is, and it's not like I'm trying to get to the point. There are some cars that are really hard.
I'm listening. I'm looking something up.
Yeah, it's learning on your own pace, but I think it's one of the best. I haven't found anything that has topped it yet. And by the way, you can literally buy the game on with all of its DLC for $10, and then you have the.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you can pretty much recreate any race. I've not found a track that they don't have. Even the newest Las Vegas.
Oh really?
That happened last year is already on the mod forum.
Oh, I'm trying to find this car. I've been seeing this car, and it is by far one of the ugliest cars I think I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, that's pretty hard because a lot of new shit.
Yeah. No, that's not it.
Speaking of ugly cars and ugly people with ugly taste, Tucker Carlson, some random dude that talks on Fox News and says some weird shit. I don't know. I don't watch him.
Yeah.
A person's like, oh yeah, he's like a talk host show, and I was like, oh, like Jake, kinda. And so I was like, I wonder if he has a car collection. I looked up his car collection, dude. It's ass.
Really?
It's just high-end four-door sedans. He has a BMW, was it 440i?
Mm-hmm.
He has a Genesis, and I can't remember what
G90,
model.
G90, G80.
I think it's the Han.
Is it really long?
G70. The Genesis G70.
That's the lowest version of it.
Oh.
The fuck that took across? If it wasn't Korean, like if it wasn't owned by Hyundai, I would love a Genesis because they look. I think they look really good, especially on the inside and the outside.
I think they're one of the newer sedans that
they are.
actually stand out.
Yeah, like I noticed them on. Like I wish it wasn't owned by Hyundai because I would love to get one.
He has an Audi S5. And his most expensive vehicle is a Porsche Panamera. Or the Panamera.
Yeah.
By the way, my issue. I really hate modern Porsche owners. I want them to cease living. Or cease life or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I get so pissed because I will see the iconic Porsche ass. And I'm like, ooh, baby, a Porsche. And I look more... It's the stupid Panama where it's like, oh yeah, I want a Porsche. What's Porsche known for? A rear to mid engine, small car with a fucking, a box engine? Like a flat box engine, right? A boxer engine, there we go. It comes with a boxer engine. It's a cute small sports car. They're great on tracks. They're fun. And then they're like, let's get the big fucking bulky version. And I was like, why are you taking a small compact car and buying the 4-door SUV of it? I was like, get the fuck out of here.
So, with my job, I move cars in and out of the garage, right?
Yep.
So, and you know how Porsche is owned by, like, the Volkswagen, so Audi, all that kind of shit? And I own an Audi, so I know what it sounds like when I unlock and lock my car. Like, you know, they all have that distinct sound. But at least the newer Porsches have the exact same sound. For locking and unlocking, like they play the same like little beep tone as an Audi. I'm like, bro, they couldn't even fucking give it its own like noise.
I mean, I feel like the reason why is because that's just more time and effort.
I know, but it's like, but isn't that the whole thing with Porsche though? Is like that's like you have obviously Volkswagen, you have Audi, and then you probably put Porsche above an Audi.
I have no clue, like.
Because
I'm not familiar with Audis.
In terms of the Volkswagen group, it would probably go Volkswagen, Audi, then not too far above, but still above Audi, probably be a Porsche. Then, obviously, then Bentley, and then Bugatti.
I don't like Bugattis.
I don't.
That's my hot take.
You know me, I like luxury 4-door sedans. That's why I have an Audi.
Okay, talker cars.
That's why when you said that, I'm like... I'd probably like the collection. Like I love like a luxury 4-door sedan. Especially I like big ones. Like I would love the Genesis G90 if it wasn't again Hyundai. But fuck, I had a point to make with this. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Fuck. I don't know.
Porsche made same sounds as Audi.
Porsche made same sounds as Audi. I said I like luxury sedans. I don't know. I lost. Oh, that's what it was. Like in terms of like sports cars, like they call it like Lamborghinis and those are considered super sport or something, right?
Supercars or hypercars.
Super hypercars. The only super hypercars I like is like Ferraris. I think most Ferraris look really nice.
I think Ferraris are beautiful and sometimes have an engine to back it up. My issue. That I really hate how their customers, Deadmau5, I think it was, added like his own wrap and livery to it, and then they're like, "Yeah, so we're never going to sell you a Ferrari." Yeah.
I firmly believe if you get a Ferrari, it's got to be in red, dude. I'm sorry. Like I know you can't make it a legal thing where someone has to keep their car a certain color. But if I was an HOA for Ferraris, to be like, it has to be red.
I'm going to say one more thing and then go back to one of the things that Jay Leno, you want to buy a Ferrari But he goes, Ferrari said, I need to buy 2, I think it was like the GT360s or whatever. I can't remember. Essentially, these were small coupes with like no top.
Huh.
And I don't even think if they count as coupes. I don't remember. But they're small cars with no hoods. They're kind of... The fact that he has to spend more money than the F40 buy 2 Ferraris before he's able to get the F40 is bullshit, dog shit, and I hate it. It's so disrespectful for people who actually want to buy them.
Yeah.
Now, I would say, if you're a rich billionaire that can buy Ferraris, I would say, yeah, you should at least own one Ferrari in the Scuderia Red. However, anything past that, I don't give a shit. But
the requirement is at least one red Ferrari.
Yeah, like it's such an iconic color for that company. It feels like a sin to not have one.
Yeah. Also, I found the car that I think is fucking ugly.
Tell me. I want to look it up.
It's a fucking like crossover thing. It's a BMW X6. For one, I hate crossovers. I'm already not a big fan of SUVs. Like I said, I love sedans. I'm not a big fan of SUVs, but when you combine the two, they are usually always hideous, and this one specifically is fucking awful. There's a Mercedes that looks like this too. I've seen. I forget what that one's called, but there's a Mercedes that looks like this as well, and that one's pretty much almost just as ugly.
Alright, so my critique. I don't get why the body is like, okay, so from the front fender all the way to the side paneling and to the back fender, rear paneling, and then the upper trunk all looks like an iconic BMW body style. But then they make the lower half of the car bulkier and then longer. So it's like, okay, you just made a very top, like, height level car.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, and then I go to the front. Okay, I know people critique the new grille design. I love the Ford Edsel. I love massive grills on cars. Some cars can do it well. Some cars can't.
I love big grills. I want a big ass grill in my car. I like that. I like how Lexus is slowly getting just bigger and bigger grills, just fucking cuz. Yeah. I'm like, I love it. More grill.
Yeah. However, I can't tell if the front diffusers are real. I can't tell if the fender diffusers are fake. Because that's my main issue with all these cars that have fake diffuser. It's like, you gain nothing. You actually get more of a disadvantage of adding, like, you have holes in your car for, like, in your tires, cooling your brakes. Maybe there's some, like, issues you might have with it, right? But there's really never a downside that I know where you're, oh man, I really don't want nice air coming into my engine, so I'm going to put a fake plastic vent there. I'm like, what are we doing, car company?
I don't know, dude.
Oh, I'm trying to think of
like I said, this is one of the ugliest cars I've ever seen in my life. I put it up there with like the Pontiac Aztek. But here's the thing. I want a Pontiac Aztek now because everyone thought it was ugly and because it was in Breaking Bad. So now I want a Pontiac Aztek.
Holy shit, I typed in Mercedes-Benz crossover and not look good.
Yeah, it kind of looks like this, right? But it's like still ugly.
It's really round and boring.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Top Gear has a great joke, and I can't remember.
You know what the Mercedes ones looks like? It looks like if the BMW and a Tesla Model X had an ugly baby.
I more see it as the G-Wagon got fucking rounded down.
What the fuck did they do to the G-Wagon?
They shaved it with a knife.
Rest in peace.
I think it was Mercedes. So, Top Gear had a great joke that I still fucking love, where it's like, oh yeah, so this car company wanted to prove that it can still have performance and good quality cars. So then they make a prototype, and then they're like, "Oh, this is great. When can we buy it?" This is just a one-off. It's like you just made a really cool car that the market wants, but you're gonna give me a fucking cross.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
You get a crossover. You get a crossover. Another ugly crossover. Like honestly, I'm just realizing that most ugly cars are just crossovers. Have you seen the Toyota Crowns?
Toy.
So the Toyota Crown is a car in Japan, but it's like that's basically what they call the Camry over there. But now they released a Toyota Crown in America, but it's not the same car. It's a fucking crossover.
I'm sorry, but the 2023 Toyota Crown. It looks good.
Okay. I will say this: it's not as bad. I'm looking at it right now. It's not as bad as those other two. Like if I had to choose one, this looks better. It almost looks like a beefed up Nissan Maxima.
Yeah. The one I'm looking at is really, I don't want to say futuristic, but it has not the one where the grille looks like a wannabe Lexus, but it's the one where it looks like it's trying to be a Porsche's tail lights, but it's the front lights, and it has a big mean fat grille, and there's something about, oh my god, there's a lowered, oh my god.
Some of the pictures of the lowered one. I want to see this, because maybe that'll make you like it more. I think I just hate the lookish of a sedan while it's like almost the height of an SUV. I think it just looks ugly.
Dude, that lowered one? There's something about it that makes me like it a lot.
Okay.
Like,
I fuck with that lowered one. You know what that looks like? That looks here. It looks like do you know what an Audi A7 looks like?
I can quickly look it up.
It kind of looks like an Audi A7, S7. It's all the same thing.
Yeah, I don't see it with the grille.
Well, not the grille, but I'm more talking about like that really elongated like lower back that's low to the ground.
Well,
that's what it reminds me of the A7.
Fastback? Yeah, it is a fastback. I fucking love fastbacks. That's essentially where.
Yeah, that's why it looks like, because the Audi A7 is a fastback.
Yeah, I fucking love fastbacks, dude. You can't go wrong with them. But yeah, no.
My top tier is sedans and wagons. I love sedans and wagons.
Brother, you and me both. Okay, so for audience details, but I do own a truck, and I hate paying for truck prices, but I like the truck space.
Yeah.
And now I'm one of the few rare Americans that don't fucking. Oh yeah, I don't use my truck once a year, dude. Just this year, I probably hauled I hauled tile this year. I hauled.
Bro uses his truck for truck purposes.
Yeah, like I hauled like 100 pounds of tile yesterday.
Yeah.
I fucking moved furniture. My job used to be hauling shit in my truck. But yeah. Anyway, I use a truck. But like, dude, I really want wagons.
Yes, dude.
All the wagons are on here are either like from the 90s or 2000s.
The only modern wagons right now that you can get is luxury ones, so they're expensive. Like Audi has a wagon, Mercedes has a wagon, BMW has a wagon. The only wagon that's really cheap, like obviously, we're just talking if you had the money to buy brand new, right? Your only options are those luxury brands or Subaru Outback.
And the Subaru Outback is more of a crossover than a wagon now.
Yeah, especially now.
Big.
Especially now. I actually kind of like the look. I would never own one, but I like the look of a lot of like Subaru Outbacks from about like 10-ish years ago. They look like a really nice outdoor wagon. But yeah, they've made them bigger now to where it just looks like, okay, this is just like a slightly shorter Forester.
Damn, I'm looking at the Audi 2023 RS6.
Oh, dude, don't.
Oh, God, they're so hot. But I just saw the base model trim.
Yeah.
It's $123,000.
Well,
and you get 17 miles per gallon.
Dude, I wanted to. So they make the A4 in a wagon. They have the last 3 years. Dude, I wanted to so bad. It just was. like I had saved up a lot obviously to get my car, but it was still just out of my budget. I swear, if I had like a year more to have saved, I probably could have gotten like a 2020 A4 wagon. But
the A4, yeah, the A4 wagon's ass is really nice. I really like the wraparound tail. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm a car freak. Don't let me get near your car.
I'm not a big car guy. When I say I'm not a car guy, it's like you open up a hood, I have no idea what's going on. I have no idea what's going on inside of a car. But I like looking at cars, like oh, I know what that model is and all that kind of stuff. Like that's where my extent of car knowledge is.
Okay, I'm really digging like the older the Audi Avant. Oh
yeah.
What year am I looking at?
Probably early 2000s.
Yeah, I'm looking at
super unreliable, dude. The 2000s, like Audi wagons, most Audis, but Audi wagons for the 2000s, I've heard like super unreliable, but they're cool.
Dude, okay, so this one is really fucking nice. It's a white Audi A4. Not too big, but reasonably big wheels. Lower, thin profile, black rimmed on a white. It looks clean. It's good.
There was another like cheaper wagon until I think it was 2019 was the last year of it. They made Volkswagen made the Golf in an all-track version, and it looked really nice. But now they got rid of it in America. But in Germany this year they're releasing a new wagon. They're bringing back the Volkswagen Passat as a wagon, but it's only in fucking Europe, dude. Like, let me see if I can find pictures. Are you looking up the
Yeah.
Passat wagon? Yeah. She's a little long, but I mean it's a wagon.
What year? 2000.
I think 24 should be fine. Yeah, I think it's this year they're bringing it back. I don't like it. I don't like it quite as much as like the all track from a couple years ago, but it's still the fact that we got a new wagon in the market.
I'm definitely swapping out the rear, but besides that, it's not like I wanna fuck it nice, but it's just I would definitely put a ring on it and beside.
Yeah, I have a disposition for just wagons. There was another one that I think they stopped making in 2018. It's if I couldn't have found my car at a good price, I was gonna go for this car. It's a Buick Regal Tourer X. One reason people think that it just didn't survive here is because it's actually despite being American, it's very European looking in its like style.
Yeah, but it's Buick though. Like I heard that they have a lot of transmission issues with them.
Yeah, at least it's American, so the parts are somewhat
like
cheap.
accessible.
Yeah. But
I would say I feel it's weird that it has a fastback front, but then rounds out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I'm sitting here like it's kind of goofy. But it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not the worst.
I think it's just because, listen, you put a wagon in front of me, I'm probably immediately going to be like, it already gets points because it says wagon.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure I mean, that's probably why I didn't do so good, is because a lot of people who don't care for wagons probably went, oh, that's hideous or something. But I like wagons, so.
Yeah, I like wagons too. Put, like, almost any Porsche in front of me. Like, even, like, what was Porsche's ugliest?
Let's look this up. I want to look this up.
Porsche ugliest car. Cause I know that there was one that like which was hold on. Is this? Okay, I'm not finding a fucking photo.
While you look for it, I gotta tell you, dude. So the other day, or this was just yesterday, this dude comes in. He's looking at his tire repair warranty, right? Mm. He's like, we got these tires. We've only driven on them for about 10,000 miles, and they're like wearing very badly. We're like, oh, okay, well, we'll bring it in and look at it. So it's his kid's car, who's clearly in high school. And it's a Honda CRZ, and it's red, like Ferrari red, and he has got like fake fucking Ferrari badges on it. And
I hope that's ironic.
No, it's not. We can't, because of policy, right, and because we can't technically prove it, the reason his tires are wearing down so badly is because he keeps doing fucking burnouts. Like, we can tell by the condition of the tire that it's from burnouts. But we can't say that to him because we can't prove it. So we just went like, well, you're supposed to have 2 tire rotations by now, and you haven't had any yet, so it could be that, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, dude, like, your kid is just doing massive fucking burnouts and killing his tires that are not even a year old.
It reminds me of a story that I read where it was, I'm looking for fucking Porsche, holy shit, I can't find it. What ended up happening was this dude had like an AC4 bro or some shit. He had like a expensive. So, and what ended up happening was, the dude did burnouts and destroyed his fucking transmission and destroyed his tires. And then they did an oil change. And the dude's like, hey, yeah, so from all the wear and tear, someone joyrided your car. And then they didn't say anything, and they're like, well, who drives your car? And he's like, I don't know. This car is my son. Are you accusing my... No, we just think that there's a lot of... from extreme stress.
Yeah.
That's all we're saying. And then the dude threatened to sue the fucking... the mechanic shop, saying that the mechanic shop is lying and they're trying to get money out of him. The whole, well, I'm gonna take it to someone else and get it done cheaper.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Until like everyone's like, okay, for the life of me, cannot find this fucking Porsche and it's killing me. But essentially, you know the iconic Porsche body.
Yes.
Do that, make the fenders flare upwards, and make the taillights bubble outward a little. And a lot of people don't like it. I mean, there's some, really ugly ones. Like, they had a really ugly SUV, and then they have, like, one that has, like, the pop-up headlights.
Yeah.
I know those are considered ugly, but, it was just, like, that was the one that I know people like, and I can't remember the model, and
oh shit,
I could spend hours talking.
I mean,
what time are we?
Well, I was about to say we could spend hours talking, but we're at about an hour and 15 minutes for this episode, so
time goes so fast.
Yeah, it does go by fast when you're having fun.
Do you have time to hell dive?
Yeah, I think I could probably do one quick hell dive. But with that, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode of the Screaming Drunks. May not scream too much, may not have gotten drunk, but hey, I can't promise that every week. See y'all later. Yeah, there you go.